Um, Hi guys. Sorry about the lighting. I'm still not used to filming in the car. Don't have my camcorder on me. Where did I put my hmm? Where did I put my keys? But anyway, so I just got out of seeing Big Hero 6. Man, this was a good one. Well, first of all, if you're wondering if, like every other Marvel property, there's a Stan Lee cameo, there is indeed a Stan Lee cameo. I didn't think there would be one at first because this is technically Disney working on directly on this film, but whatever. It's Stan Lee, he's in everything Marvel. Well, mostly everything. And so I'd turn up the light a little bit. This movie was really good. Once again, Disney has failed with the trailers, I think. The trailers did some justice, but like Frozen last year, it really didn't give it the right hype, I suppose. Well, there might be minor spoilers with this. I don't know. But first of all, it starts off with another little short film by the Walt Disney Pictures and Animation Studio, and what they did with Wreck-It Ralph with its little clip, Paperman, they had a mixture of 3D animation and 2D animation, which I really like. I've always been a 2D purist, and I do like 3D. I just prefer 2D because I think it has better movement in it and such. But the way they mix together in these short films, both Paperman and this, I just really like the animation style, and it's kind of like what Blue Sky is gonna be doing next year with Peanuts, only looks more 2D than Peanuts. I guess if that makes sense to you. Big Hero, but anyway, back to Big Hero 6. Okay, so it has the typical like superhero tropes and Disney tropes of like dead parents and stuff, but really this movie is really well animated. Like, I didn't expect it to be just as fluent in its movement as it was. Like, the movements were really fluent. I guess that makes sense. This is an action themed animated movie, so they really need to pick up the pace when it comes to moving and crap, and yeah. But there's also a lot in there for like regular kid stuff. Like there's like trying to figure out everything off the top of my head. They have humor, of course. Very subtle humor compared to the last few movies, in my opinion. Maybe I might be wrong about that. After all, I just came out of seeing it. But everything in this movie, it's really hard to describe because, you know what, I'm taking back that trailer thing, because a lot of what's in it is what you've already seen in the trailers, but there's just so much more to it, I guess. I don't know. This is one of my least descriptive viewing thoughts, isn't it? Well, this is awkward. But Hiro Hamada, the main protagonist, he's really well done. I like his personality. He's this smart kid, very smart kid, but because he's so much smarter than everyone around him, he doesn't really see any purpose to his life other than just like fighting robots and crap. So his brother Tadashi, and I'm not spoiling anything with this, dies, and he was a main source of because if you've seen the trailers, you know Tadashi dies. His Tadashi was a main source of inspiration for him to move on, to like really move forward with his life. Sorry if it's shaking a little bit. I just started up the truck and it's vibrating the holder for my phone. And Baymax, the mascot, calling him a mascot because he's really designed like a mascot. In fact, that was one of the ways to design him. They gave him as minimal features, facial features, as they could because they wanted the audience to project themselves onto him, and I think that was a good idea. I actually read up that they want to do that in a similar way to Hello Kitty, in that way. I don't know. I've never been into Hello Kitty, so can't weigh in there. And then there's the other 4 members of Big Hero 6. What was the name? Lemon Lime or Sugar Lemon? Wasabi, I remember his name. He's the big, tough black guy. Well, not tough, actually. He's kind of a wimp outside of battle. There's Go-Go Tamago? I don't know. They didn't really say her name too many times. There's the chemical girl, another one. I think that's the lemon one. Then there's Fred. Fred is obviously the most interesting one of them. He's voiced by that comedian, fuck, I forgot his name. I always do this under pressure, but he's the same comedian you've seen How to Train Your Dragon as one of the twins, and if you saw the recent Transformers film, he was the knucklehead assistant to Mark Wahlberg, and he's been in a few others besides that. I can't name all off the top of my head, but he was very entertaining. Like, he was very high energy. He was big into superheroes and comics and stuff, and let's just say there's more into that than you'll initially see. But if you're wondering if this movie has an after credits scene just like the other Marvel properties, yes, indeed it does. It has an after credits scene, and it is one you have to see. I'm not going to spoil it for you, because God, I hope you guys see it. I really hope you see it. I'm kind of fanboying right now, and I try to avoid that, because after the Godzilla, the Godzilla viewing thoughts, which I was very, hyperactive afterwards, but considering what I had just seen before leaving the movie theater within the last 20 minutes, I was kind of pumped full of adrenaline, and it's kind of the same with this movie, but it's very subtle, I think. Very subtle adrenaline in this movie. The characters, they had interesting personalities, and I like how they worked them into the story of being friends of Tadashi in his college, and let's just say the identity of the villain in the movie is not who you expect. If you've seen the trailers and you've already guessed it, it's not who you think. It's not at all. Very good movie. The animation, oh my god. I think I like this animation a little bit more than Frozen's, mainly because I guess there was more color to it. And that's not a fault of Frozen, because that was took place in a kingdom that was frozen over, of course. But I mean, there was some color when everything wasn't wintry and all that. But in this movie, it was just everywhere. There was so many things in the background that you could probably miss it the first time from looking. One thing I actually caught the first time was Stan Lee's cameo, and you gotta really, it's pretty obvious, but I think a few people in my audience missed it because I didn't hear anybody go, "Ooh, there he is," or anything like that. I really liked it. I'm gonna be kind of cautious, so don't expect me to be just as enthusiastic as I am right now at the end my end of the year list. Because, like I said, I sometimes need time to think over the whole aspects of the movie, and just seeing the movie just isn't enough for me to really give a complete retrospective of it, I guess. But I'm going to be cautious. I'm giving this movie 9 out of 10. I'll give it that. It was very good. I would have liked to see another Disney movie with songs and musical numbers, but they probably have those plans down the road, considering how big of a hit Frozen was. And I hope I see more. I actually hope they make sequels to this movie. There's probably going to be a TV show. I know there's going to be a TV show because considering the nature of this movie, there's bound to be a TV show. Oh, but yeah, 9 out of 10. Gorgeous animation, especially near the end. You just have to, all the colors, everything is just beautiful. And the movements on people, like I said, felt very natural. If natural, but a lot more flowing than most 3D animated movies that, like I said, usually have restricted movements. And the characters, I would have liked to have seen them developed a bit more, but for what we got, it was pretty good. I really liked all the characters. I can't really think of a bad one in particular. Not really at all. I mean, Baymax, he's a robot, so he's supposed to have kind of a bland personality. But like I said, it's the audience project themselves onto him. But right now I'm just rambling on. I'm gonna post this like later tonight, and then I'm gonna post that video from the Granite State Comic Con that I was telling you guys on Twitter if you're following me on Twitter or my Facebook. But anyway, guys, 9 out of 10 you must see this if you're big into Disney and Marvel and superheroes in general, and anime. Like, there's some anime aspects. I can't really describe what the aspects are because they're kind of subtle. I guess it's just the way that people react in this movie. Like, it seems like they slow down the movements of, like, talking and stuff like in an anime, and I think if you're an otaku, you will like that aspect. But, yeah, 9 out of 10, go see it. I highly recommend it, and you will love the cameo. You will love the cameo and the after credits scene. Okay, guys, but for now, peace.